Okay, I have some exciting esoteric knowledge to show you about this journey that I've been on here about Rae and who he might be and the connections that he has. This has been quite a journey, I can tell you. I hope you all are following along with this. It's already been in 3 separate countries now, and what I have found is that a lot of these people will point at other people and try to point out other people but not themselves. But the reason I went to this one place was because these other people had said that they were Rae, and I went to them, and then they go, oh no, it's them. And so it starts to be this vicious triangle of situations of people talking crap at each other. But here's this esoteric knowledge that I've been able to gain from this also. We talked about concepts and if it's an idea, but I started to try to put gematria to it. It's where you take letters, and the letters would actually be corresponding to numbers, and you can add these things up. And again, we have this weird Yahweh situation here, and Jesus too, in the same situation, where Rae comes out to a 7 and Cyst ends up coming out to 11. Now that's 711, and that's a God's number, but you add it together and you get 18, and that's how many months you go through on the lunar cycles and things. So there's a connection with the moon there. And I found out that the moon is racist because white people named it. And they didn't name it because it was white and they got to do it because it was white or anything weird. It's that they had all this shit figured out before anybody else. Yeah, but that, now not that fact, but knowing that fact is actually brought to us all by this Rae guy. And so now reality, now I have to add to the list here. So water and science and math are all racist, right? And what was it? Air and a few other things. But now we have reality is actually this brought to you by this Rae guy. So if we figure out that water and all these other things are, so God is racist. Stick with me now. This is a tough one. I hope I don't run out of time here and it click off. But so the concept here is through gematria you figure that out, but you also figure ancient letters of the Phoenicians into this idea, and certain letters are backwards and so on. That gives one tell. But also down here in the bottom right hand corner where we look at use finger of God here, here's a T pillar, much like Göbekli Tepe, right? But is it not also what Christ hangs upon? And we're going to set that aside for a second, but okay, go back up top, and so you see this Rae, and what does Rae want? And you try to figure it out through the gematria and everything, and flipped around letters. And lo and behold, you find that this Rae has a tail on it. And so you take the tail off of Rae, and it becomes Pei. You see this? Okay, hold on, calm down. So, well, now, where does the tail go then? Where can that fit with any of this? Right? Trying to make that out. But if we look now at the words, there's a Y at the top and there's a Y in the bottom word. Oh, snap. There, okay, so this is the key. Now, if you look at the bottom, we have that triangle pointing up, and if the A, which you see above it, has a triangle trapped inside of it pointing down, in fact, they're almost on top of each other perfectly, aren't they? Okay, stick with me. Check this out. That is representation of as above, so below. And the top representation here actually has the pyramid with the top cut off, a sign of Freemasonry. I'm going to let that sink in for a second, guys. I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Amazing. So check this out again. So if we take the T pillar here off the bottom of it, and then ancient Phoenician is written backwards. In fact, you can take it and hold it up to a mirror and it becomes Greek, if you knew that. And so we take the next word and we have SYC, that's sick. Oh, okay, now let me add this up for you here real quick. So, Rae is sick. See? Now, what's sick? Well, anybody who tries to use this Rae Cyst thing is sick, and they want pay for some stupid word that adds up and it's all backwards thinking in the first place. Huh? Oh, yeah, I'll give you a minute on that. Yeah, I wish I had a bell to ring myself. Amazing. Woke me up. I mean, I've been up 5 days straight. I'm basically at the point now where I'm basically just chewing coffee up and then drinking hot water. Yeah, and now I'm pissing out something that looks like coffee, but this helped somehow. It it's like fasting or something. I don't know. So, check this out. Here's the thing too. That tail. Now it's pay. Where does this go? Imagine the C is missing something. Something that could plug in right here. Now we plug this in right there. And what we have, ladies and gentlemen, is oyster. This is the form and root form of the word oyster. And so we have found the pearl. The pearl is, if you start clamoring and saying bullshit about being a racist, you seem to be just a silly backwards ass and looking for pay. I think that's a good epiphany right there. Let me know what you think down below, as above, so below. I know there's other things to it. That with the cross here, we also have the S of the sign of the snake, and if you take the snake and put it on the T and it wraps around, it becomes Moses' sign that he did to help the people from the snakes they were scared of, the brazen snakes that Yahweh put upon them. But it's also the symbol of the caduceus, lo and behold. And then we got 2 Ys here, which signifies the 2 Y chromosomes that are endowed into the Aryans. And if we take the Y off of that and we go backwards, air. There we go, air. But then there's the air we breathe. And the Caucasians learned how to fly in like birds. And they always had a sky god we've talked about recently. And so therefore, air and Aryans are people that were destined to fly. What the hell? Dude. It's amazing. I was sitting here for a few videos actually just looking at this word, trying to figure out what I could, and I thought that it had something to do with cisgender people freaking out and trying to say racist about everything. But lo and behold, it's oysters. Isn't that amazing? I thought so. Let me know what you think down in the comments again, as I say. Now, here's another thing I want to show you, not to blow your mind too many times in one video. I've done that before. Don't want to make you nauseous or anything. But if you spell it backwards, stay with me, it becomes yardstick. And I think that might actually have something to do. Yardstick. Sick. Yard. Tray. Sick. SYC. What numbers are left? The anagram is tray. Tray sick. There it is. Trey meaning 3. You're triple fucking sick if you keep talking shit about Rae Cyst. Because you have the mentality of somebody that has a tail. No, that can't be it. Hold on. What if